Alright, Teague here. We're going to learn another very popular chord progression. This one we're doing in the key of E, but it starts on actually on a B chord. And it's going to go from B to an F sharp minor to an E. But to avoid these bar chords, we're going to put a capo on the 4th fret, which is going to mean that if we play our G chord form now, what we really hear is B. Basically, if this is my G chord, if I moved it up a whole step, it would be A if the nut went with me. But being that you can't move the nut, I'd have to put the second, or the capo on the 2nd fret. Now it's an A chord. Sounds a lot like this A. You know that A. And if we moved up another whole step, skipping a fret, that gives us B. So we're going to go our B chord, but now we'll call it a G because that's the shape we see, but what we really hear is B. Our 2nd chord will be D minor, but again what we really hear is F sharp minor. But it looks like your D minor shape. 1st finger on the 1st fret there. It's actually the 5th fret, right? But when we use a capo, we usually call it the 1st. And then the 3rd finger on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string, 2nd finger on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string. And again, that's in relationship to the capo. So it gives us a D minor chord, and then a C. You probably know your good old open C chord, which really what we hear now is E. So, play a G chord, we really hear B. D minor chord, which we really hear F sharp minor, and a C chord, which we really hear E. But what we'll call it G, D minor, and C because those are the shapes we know. What I was playing here is in 6/8, and the strum pattern for this is we're going an 8th note and then 4 16th notes. So the 8th note goes down, and the 4 16th goes down, up, down, up. So we have 1, 2, and 3, and. Down, up, and we'll do that twice for a full measure. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, 5, 6. That's our 6 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the G chord, or what we hear is B, we'll play for 2 measures. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The D minor will play for 1 measure, and the C will play for 1 measure. We'll repeat. D minor, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. C, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You notice on the C I'm kind of using my thumb to block that 6th string, so I don't hear that. I'm going to play it a little bit slower, just to practice along. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Down, up, down, up, down. Down, up, down, up, down. Oops, I didn't play that long enough, I think. But again, down, down, up, down, up, down. Down, up, down, up. You can think of it as long, short, 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 long, short, 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 long. Piece of cake. And then other parts of this tune, basically that's the verse and the chorus. The bridge is going to go from your A minor shape, which is basically like, now we're hearing C sharp minor. We'll do that for 2 measures. Back to our G shape. And this time, we're going to go to D major instead of D minor. And that repeats. This is going to be our bridge. Again, I'm using my thumb on that A minor to block the string. The G to the D. And then to get out of that, when that's done, it goes back to the C. And I believe it gets held. And then back to the our G, the D minor, to C. And just really quick, on the last up when you're switching the chords, what usually happens is the hand's kind of in the middle of the switch when we come up, so we kind of hear this. there's open strings ringing in between the chords. It's pretty subtle, but so that way you don't have to make the chord switch. Just try to keep the arm moving, and if there's a bit of open string sound in between it, sounds fine. And then at the end there's just a little tiny change. There's an A chord played, but because of the way we have the capo, we can't really escape the bar chord. So I looked for moving the capo to different spots to see if I could find some place where there would be no capo or no bar chord at all. But anyway, it's only twice at the very end. You have to play the A just for one measure to the C, back to the G. And that's it. That's the whole tune. And that A, because we're using our first finger as a bar, it's A whether the capo was there or not, right? It doesn't matter. I take the capo away. It's still A. The capo's there. It's still A. Anyway, yeah, and then if you wanted, you could play them with bar chords too, like I did in the cover. Or the capo makes it a little bit easier. Anyway, as always, thanks so much for watching. Musiclearning.com is my lesson site. You can come study lessons, guitar lessons with me through a member section on there if you want. There's also lots of free lessons to go with some of these videos. And Trip Fuse is the name of the band. Share it with your friends, please. Like it, rate it, comment, subscribe if you haven't. You know the deal. All that stuff. Anyway, have fun.